Hi everyone, Linda Israel here, and I want to share with you a project I made using some Rina paper foils as well as some cardstock and some tattered angel sprays and a few other supplies. The Rina paper foils that I got came in a package of 10. This is some of the foils, and it's kind of hard with the light, but this is an embossed foil that I got in a package of 10. The package was 10 sheets. They are 23 centimeters by 33 centimeters, or about 9 by 13 inches, and you get about $1 a sheet is how they come. Or you can buy multi-packs of the same color, and they are two-sided foil. They are foil on each side with a white paper core. So that's important if you're trying to emboss or cut it, because you can see the white paper core sometimes. So what I did was, I knew that with Christmas being just around the corner, and my husband and I usually decorate at our office. Well, recently I have sold our business. My husband sold the business, and I no longer have a regular office space. I work out of my home, and so I don't have a place to decorate per se. Our home has changed the configuration, so we decided not to have a Christmas tree up. So I decided I wanted to make my own Christmas decorations to have a small display at home. And so what I decided is I wanted to make a sleigh and other decorations to begin with. And so I chose to use my Cricut to cut out a sleigh. So I scrolled through all of the designs and finally found one. And this was the design that I chose. What I did was I loaded up my Cricut and I chose to cut all of the papers, the Rina foil papers, as well as some cardstock, so that my sleigh would have some substance. I began cutting the green foil first, because that's the cut order that was in my Cricut, and it cut beautifully. You can see the green here. And I was happy, I was ecstatic at how it looked. And then it went to cut the copper foil, and I had problems. It wasn't cutting, it was gumming up in my machine, and I only had one sheet of copper, and I was so disappointed. I was so worried that I wouldn't get my project finished. So instead of letting it finish, I just ended there and peeled it off the mat and said, you know, forget it. I don't want to risk trial and error trying to figure out how to change the settings on my electronic paper cutter. So I will say that this foil, unless you are an expert on using your electronic paper cutter, is not for an electronic paper cutter. It is for if you have dies, if you have those steel rule dies, if you have the thin dies, it's perfect for that. So this was a little bow die that, believe it or not, I've had for years. I got it on clearance a long time ago for like $3. And I was able to use it to cut this copper bow. Now, the first challenge with Rina was we were to use, for the month of December, copper, green, and red. So what I did for this particular project was I cut the green. Thankfully, the Cricut got that done for me. I cut the copper out of the bow, and then I cut the red out of with a 1/4 inch hole punch. Now, I was having problems with my hole punch. My hole punch was probably old, so what I had to do was I glued a piece of cardstock to the back side of the red and then punched it out. So that gave it some substance so I could pick it up and glue it where I needed to. Again, that was my tools. And then what I did was I cut the sleigh out of cardstock, and then I sprayed it with some Tattered Angels Glimmer Mist, as well as the Brutus Monroe Copper Penny Liquid Elements, so that I got that copper color. Then there's a portion here that is red, and I used some white glue and glitter. And then up here, it's kind of hard to see, but there was one piece of the copper that did cut here and here, and I was able to salvage those and I put them in there. And then I assembled the sleigh on it's flat, it's the way it comes, but I wanted mine, as you can see, to be 3D because I plan to put things inside my sleigh. And what I ended up doing, and I'll show some close-ups of this, was I ended up making little boxes. So you can kind of see, and I'll turn it around. I did not put anything on the back side, it's just plain black. Is that I cut pieces of chipboard or cardboard that I had laying around. It was just pieces of boxes, except for the bottom I didn't paint. And I just made little boxes and put them together and started stacking together with hot glue. And then I painted them all black. And then I made my little paper sleigh. So I've got my paper sleigh made, and I'm going to add some other elements to it as well for a Christmas display. So even though my Cricut tried to eat the paper, I'm trying to make this into a happy ending because I did get my sleigh made. I was able to use all of the colors that were in the challenge this month of the Rina paper foil. I was able to use even some Tattered Angel sprays there as well, and I'm really quite pleased at how cute this little paper sleigh turned out. I hope you enjoyed seeing my little sleigh, and even though this isn't a full tutorial, it's just kind of a tell you how I did it tutorial in a sense. I appreciate you stopping by today. There'll be taglines or the links to the products that I use below. If you have any questions, please feel free to comment below. Come see me on my social media, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, all of those. I'll be glad to hook up with you, link up with you, etc. Thanks for watching today, and aspire to be amazing.